travel bag is intact. Got our luggage checked, used the bathroom, filled up the water, and now we're just chilling for a bit until we take off. We have probably an hour and a half before we board, but it was either sit in traffic, 5 o'clock traffic for DFW, or get to the airport early and chill. So that's what we opted for. I am editing my last video and I will get that up and running, and we will be headed to Reno shortly. So I got this little travel bag. There's like a food compartment down here, but versus packing a regular cooler, I was able to just put in my food for today and then some frozen food, and then pack all my other stuff, because I always carry on like my suit, my heels, my costume, all that kind of stuff. And I just, sometimes when I pack a book bag, like a cooler book bag, then I have a hard time, like all my other stuff has to go in my checked luggage, and I hate doing that with like my work computer and stuff like that. So this bag worked out really great for that. So we will see how it goes. It's the first, I mean, I've traveled with this bag before, but first show trip with this bag. So it's made it pretty easy so far. So I enjoy, there's cup holders in it, there's a slot for your computer, there's a lot of compartments, so it's made it very easy, and I love that it just can, you know, fit on top of my luggage. It's the little things. This one. We are doing 4 ounces of chicken, 100 grams of rice, and some ghee. Don't touch it. Neat. It goes in here, and it goes in this. This is a little lunchbox. It's gonna heat my food up. What is this for?
It's for steam. You kind of open it up so it steams out. So just leave it there.
So neat.
And then your fork stuff is
Real silverware. A little prep spoon.
It's literally the perfect size for you.
Little tiny fork. Does it need to go in that thing, or is that just to carry it?
Like this will keep it warm. If you put it in there, it'll help keep it warmer or colder. Okay. Whatever you want, because it's insulated.
Oh, it came in this little thing. Cool. Now we wait, and then I eat.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who got it. Being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, and gaskets. Slow, speaking fast, I go roast, I can gas. Think I'm all there last, but I don't
this. We put it in here. Let's see. This little here. There's a timer on it. Super easy. It was one of my birthday presents, and I'm never going back to eating cold airport food ever again. We have made it to Reno. We are at Circus. Got in late last night and mostly just got the rental car, got checked into the hotel, and passed out. So I did not get my second coat of tan on last night, which was fine. Woke up this morning, checked in with Justin. I think I was just holding a little bit of water from flying. It was just later in the day, so I didn't have as much time to flush overnight, but I slept great, which is awesome. We adjusted my food for the day. I did a little walk this morning. I ended up with Tara down in the lobby and we chatted for a little bit. Then I headed back up to the room and I had meal one, some coffee, and did another coat of tan. And now we're gonna walk over to the venue because I have the press conference at 12. I packed a meal with me and I also packed some work with me just in case. Because I'm gonna have a break. The press conference is like 12 to 1-ish, and then I don't have check-ins till 2, so I'll have about an hour to kill. And this is definitely a casino town, but I'm in the new, last time when I was here I was in the Sky Tower, which I think is the older tower, so it smelled a lot like smoke. So we're in the newer tower this time, which is preferable to say the least. Everything's been good so far, and tomorrow is show day. I will include my check-ins from this morning. I was a little bit heavy, but I was still like, it was like 125.4, nothing crazy, holding a little bit of water, but we're gonna deal with it today. We're gonna relax. I got in my boots this morning. So once we get back from check-ins, there's nothing else I have to do. I'm gonna let this second coat of tan develop as long as possible, rinse, and then do one more coat before bed. And then tomorrow, makeup is at 7:30, I believe, but it's in this hotel, so that should be easy. And then the venue is walking distance, so also should be easy. So we are excited to be here and excited to get on stage tomorrow.
Is he holding you down here?
Yeah, he says me.
Oh, okay. Make sure.
Your next competitor has firmly established herself as one of the top fitness competitors on the planet, having placed top 6 at the 2025 Olympia and top 3 this past Arnold Classic. Please welcome your 2024 Legion's Pro Champion from Dallas, Texas, Allison Dominguez. Your next competitor is making a season debut after last appearing on the 2025 Detroit Pro. He earned that you wanted to make your pro debut here.
So I started watching the fitness category a few years ago, and I followed quite a few girls, one of them being Allison, and seeing them compete on this stage, it just looked like for a fitness category, it's a fun show, you know, where you appreciate the athleticism that has to go into the physique as well. So yeah.
Alright, let's go over to Allison, because Allison, you, as I mentioned in your intro, firmly entrenched yourself as one of the top fitness competitors in the world. Top 6 last year, and then top 3 and top 3 at the Arnolds. What was the plan coming in this contest season to really get yourself into title contention at this year's Olympia?
I think number one is coming to Legion Sports Fest and winning, so I will go back to the Olympia for the 5th consecutive year. I've finished at the last 2 Olympias in the top 6 twice, 24th in 2024. I had a coaching change last year, and I think honestly, now with Justin Jacoby, he's taken my physique to a whole nother level where I'm standing top 2 in the Olympia in the physique round, winning the physique round at Arnold UK against our Fitness Olympia champion. So for me, it's just about staying healthy enough to be able to perform my routine to the best of my ability, but my physique is the best it's ever been, and it's just going to keep getting better.
Well, we're excited to see what you two are going to bring to the fitness stage here this weekend. Let's move over to our wellness division, where
hotel room in my Normatic boots. I'm going to get a little bit of studying done. I have some time to kill. I'll be eating 2 more meals. It's 3:45, so probably around 4:30 and then 7 I'll eat. Try to get to bed early. Tomorrow's prejudging isn't super early. It's at 12:30. We have to be backstage at 11:30. My makeup's at 7:30, so the morning should go pretty smooth. Get up, check in with Justin, go to my makeup, come back. I'll do my hair, see if I need another coat of tan. And that will be the morning. For tonight, I'm just going to be chilling. I'm going to try to get a little bit of studying done. Friends is on in the hotel, and that's like one of my guilty pleasures when I'm traveling. So I will just kind of be relaxing, and a little bit I'll rinse off and just see how my tan's doing and probably do one more coat tonight. And then that's really today. Check-ins went great. Press conference was fun. It was the first year they had it, so I think it'll continue to grow, but it was mostly for the live stream this go round. Got to see all of the fitness girls, gave them some of my shirts, checked in. I'm number 5 tomorrow. And I was just like, oh, this is like, I'm going for my 5th Olympia qualification, so 5 and 5. I'm like, oh, cosmic. So we will see how that goes for me tomorrow. All the girls were super nice. Some of them I haven't seen in a long time, like Carolina, I haven't seen her in a few years. So it was good to see her kind of catch up. Tara, I haven't seen her since before she had her baby. Chrissy, this will be the first time I get to compete with Chrissy. I got to meet Nevaeh and Sophia. And then me, Carolina, Tara, Nevaeh. I'm missing someone. Sophia, Nevaeh, I met them. Oh, Ellie's the one. She is not here. She flew to Vegas, not Reno. So we'll see if she makes it, hopefully for the show tomorrow. Hopefully everything gets sorted out for her. And I hope that she is able to make it after, you prep so long for these shows. So should be pretty smooth sailing for the rest of the day. Went and got some groceries this morning, some pop-up snacks to have for tomorrow, so we're all set there. And then he went down to go get the liquor because I will need liquor for some shots tonight before prejudging tomorrow night. And then I just did some light housekeeping around the room. It's not that it was super messy, we haven't been here that long, but just because our flight out is so early in the morning, I don't want to leave it to do after the show because the show is kind of late. 7:30 finals, and then that's performing. When are they going to do our awards? What time are we going to get out of there? It might already be 9:30. And then having such an early flight, it was just are we going to go out to dinner? Are we going to just order something to the room? Or are you going to leave the hotel? We'll figure that out. But I did not want to leave everything till the end and feel overwhelmed. So just I put away some clothes that I'm not going to be needing. I kind of organized my bag. I put the trash out so that we kind of have a stake of okay, what's clean, what's not. And I'll do the same thing tomorrow, kind of probably after prejudging, just kind of tidy up and then go from there. Good morning. It is show day. We've made it to show day. Checked in this morning with Justin. I'll be headed down in just a few minutes to go get pretty, and then I will come up and do my hair and finish my tan, eat, just get my stuff together, all of the fun stuff, and then we'll be headed over to the venue at around 11:20. They want us backstage by 11:30, so I have plenty of time this morning, but not too much time to waste. So 7:30 to 8:30 for my makeup. I'll get back in the room. I'll probably need an hour and a half or so to do my hair and my tan and get my stuff together. So then I should have a little bit of time to rest and eat and whatever I need to do. Today is the day that we've been preparing for. I feel good. I got good sleep last night, which sometimes before a show is very hard, but went to sleep early, woke up a couple times to pee, and even kind of just woke up before my alarm, but still got good sleep. So that is a win-win-win. And my weight this morning, 122.8. So that is the lightest I've woken up on show day in a while. I was 122 at like a day out from Arnold UK, but then we fed up, so I was like maybe 124. So I definitely wasn't expecting to see that much of a drop, just because I've been kind of hanging out, like when we would pull back I would maybe hit like 124, 125, something along those lines. So good sleep, a few nights of good sleep. My body flushed the water that it was holding on to. That helped. Yeah, we're ready to go. I'm just waiting to hear back from Justin any minute now, and we will have our game plan for the morning. We are beautified. Amber with LeBeau did my makeup. It looks awesome. I am headed to the room, going to do my hair, and then I will get another coat of tan on, then check in with Justin, and we will see what we'll be eating next. It's just about 8:30, so I have about 3 hours before we need to head to the venue. And then so definitely I have plenty of time to get my stuff together, get ready, feel pretty, not rushed, all the good stuff. Let me give you a look at my makeup. I'm so happy. So we are here and ready to roll almost. Okay, we are glammed up. We are tanned. Gimbal. It's not doing what I wanted. Okay, we are tanned up, glammed up, hair is up, just clipped up so my tan can finish drying. We are tan. We are ready to hit the stage. It's only about 9:30, so I have about 2 hours before we head over to the venue, so I get to eat, chill, relax a little bit, and then it will be showtime. We are walking over to the venue. It's almost time for pre-judging. Ellie made it from her. She was in Vegas, but she made it to Reno. Walking over with Tara and Ellie, and we're gonna get backstage before we pump up. Once I get over there, I will have a little bit more water, I'll have a little bit more food, a shot, and pump up, and it'll be go time. Got Ellie, Rich, Tara, Charlotte, the baby. When they start the live stream.
Do they have a roller derby too?
Everything is individual.
I'm like, yeah, I need my bag.
Go do some curls real quick.
No, I never do.
I haven't yet.
Nope. We are backstage getting ready to pump up with Tara. Old face holding my suit. It's almost go time. Ellie, Tara.
Yes! AllisonK, let's go. Allison fan page. Andrea, I got it.
We have finished prejudging. I was the center of the 7% call out, so looks like I won prejudging. felt good on stage. It was a little bit hot up there. A little sweaty, and we did individuals. Comparisons rolled right into call out, so that first call out was just long. But everything went smooth. That is done. It is time to rest, relax, eat, replenish, and come back for finals and get ready to put on a show and perform. Expos. Okay, it's almost time to head to finals. They are running a little bit late, so we're gonna head over and just walk around the expo a little bit and hopefully move my digestion a little. Walk around, feel good. We stretched out. I'm wearing my pink costume this time, which cut that. The last time I wore this costume was at the 2024 Olympia, and then I wore it at Adela in 2024 when I won as well. So I just wanted to break it up from the white, get another use out of this costume, and then also I wore purple last time at Legions and it really popped against the backdrop, so it's a lot of black and like characters, so I figured this would look good on stage. We are here on stage, warming up. Finals routine is done. I had some little bobbles, things that I would have changed, but overall, happy with the performance, happy with the day today. It was very low stress. This show is always so much fun. They do a great job. There was a lot of booths and they had strongman stuff and there was just so much other stuff going on. All of the girls were so nice. We had a few pro debuts, which is always super exciting. A couple girls I've never gotten to compete with before, so it was nice to be able to connect with them and get some time, and then also just connect with some of the girls that I don't get to see all the time. Like Carolina, I haven't seen in, I want to say like 5 years. Tara, I haven't seen since before she had her baby. Ellie, I haven't seen since Adela in 2024. So even though I stress myself out a lot and I have high expectations for myself, some of these days are just nice reminders of the girls and the community and just the amount of fun that we have together, and just fitness is a very niche part of bodybuilding and not that many people do it, so it's always like we can kind of connect over just the struggle of prep plus the fitness side of things, plus you know the girls that manage a full-time job outside of fitness and all that good stuff. So my heart is full. I'm happy. We are waiting on awards and just like that, we're back in Dallas. Oh, so I won Legion Sports Fest. I am the 2026 fitness champion, Legion Sports Fest champion. I secured my 2026 Olympia qualification, and I will be headed back to my 5th consecutive Olympia. Wow. A lot of emotions over the weekend. I had been sick, and honestly, I had texted Justin, and I was just like, we might need to pull the plug. I don't know if I can do this. Like, my body's holding so much water after being sick. And we just stayed the course and just kind of, we were just like, if we have to, we have to, but just see what the body does. But I know being sick and then the stress from being sick was causing a lot of that inflammation. So we made it to stage. We actually had like planned on a softer look for this show, just to preserve my body for the season. I woke up stage, so show day, like 122.8 or 0.6 or something. Like, I have not seen that weight on show day in a long time. UK, I did wake up at 122 the day before, and then we fed into the show a little bit more. So I really wasn't anticipating to see that weight drop. Honestly, like, I think because I was sick, I like was holding a lot of water, and so I had been hanging out at like 129, 128, like I wasn't seeing much movement. We were really just trying to go into peak week like around 125, and then, you know, pull the fluid off, carb up, and then, you know, step on stage just at like 125, just sub 125. So I wake up show morning and I was like, under 123 just like kind of blew my mind. Routine was intentionally kind of watered down. We had a little bit of a strategy going into this show in the sense of we just need to do enough to win. So it was a little bit of a gamble. Like, it wasn't my best routine. It wasn't like it was an easier routine compared to the Arnold's. I also just wanted to make some tweaks. So since I'm running this routine this season, I'm going to continue to make tweaks and improvements. But obviously it's like I want the best version of it for the Olympia. So that was kind of the game plan going into this show. So I would honestly rate my performance yesterday. I would say I was at about 85% of like my best. So still super proud of the win, but obviously it's just like a little bit of like, you feel, you know, when you kind of go into a show kind of aiming for less than 100%, it's hard as an athlete who like wants to be their best every single time. But there was a strategy behind that of preserving my body. I've had a lot of injuries already. We need to preserve my joints. We need to preserve my physique, my metabolism, my health. This is going to be a long season. Like, we started prep in December, and I prepped for the Arnold's. After the Arnold's, it was 9 weeks in between Arnold UK and Legion Sports Fest. After Arnold UK, I stayed in Europe for a little bit. I enjoyed my time there. I drank my water. I got my movement in, my steps, my workouts. Very, very hard to find protein in France. So it was just like, I would eat, try to pick things that had protein. It wasn't always an option. And then I was just trying to get the protein when I could get it, and came back and just kind of settled in. Like, I had stayed under 130, the whole time. And so we just kind of let my diet be flexible. I would say we really didn't start trying to diet until I was like 4.5 weeks out from Legion. So I had just kept it together pretty good. We had some free meals in there. I was able to enjoy my time in Europe, the concert in Austin, and those things were important to me to be able to continue this year. It's a long year. So we got the qualification. That's what we went for. Wasn't my 100% best, but now it's the time to give my body a little bit of a break, a little bit of a health phase. 4 to 6 weeks is what I'm kind of thinking, and we will be able to push for the Olympia and continue to see improvements. You know, mentally, sometimes I think you need setbacks in order to overcome and rise above, and also just a lot of perspective. I got a lot of perspective this weekend. You know, there was some girls that I got to share the stage with, that one, that I had never met before, two, met, maybe didn't compete with, or only knew through social media. Ellie, super, super sweet. I don't get to see her a lot. She's from Texas. I hadn't seen her since 2024. Adela, got to compete with her. Chrissy Schultz, the first time getting to compete with her. She was super sweet. Nevaeh Ford, got to meet her for the first time, which was awesome. And then Tara and Carolina, like, we all used to be work with the pros, so that's how we had all connected over the years. And just to be able to kind of get back up there with them, like, I did my pro debut and Tara was there, and I've done other pro shows with her. We've like shared rooms. When I got my first pro win, Carolina was actually, she beat me at a pro qualifier back in 2017, and she like told me this story about how I was like I don't remember this, but she was like, we were at that show and you told me you were going to go to the Olympia one day, and you like knew it was going to happen, and like you had kind of like set your mind to something. And she just like kind of gave me perspective. Like, how old was I that year? 24-year-old Allison was like, I'm going pro at 25. I'm going to make it to the Olympia by this age. And like, I had a plan, and I didn't even remember that I had this plan. So it was just like one of those like full circle kind of moments to be able to get brought back down to, sometimes, you know, the target is always changing. The expectations are changing. What you want for yourself is changing. And sometimes it's important to just like sit with like what you have achieved. And that's hard for me because I'm constantly improving and trying to become a better athlete and I want more for myself and like the target is moving. But it wasn't that long ago that like I just wanted to turn pro. And then I remember 2021 was my first like pro season. Like I just wanted to get into the top 5. And then once I did that, I was just like, oh, like it would be so cool to win a pro show. And so to be headed back to my 5th consecutive Olympia, like having this kind of like full circle moment over the weekend, it just feels so surreal. Like I'm 33 years old. This is going to be my 5th fitness Olympia. I feel like I have a lot of time left. I also think that like I could still compete in figure. I think we would need to make some, improvements in my physique for sure. But like I've been told a lot over the past year, especially, not just from competitors, but from judges, from Sandy Williamson, that I could win a pro figure show. And so it's just cool to like see other doors open that I never really maybe would have considered a couple years ago. Like my physique wasn't where it was at now, and now I'm very competitive in that round in fitness. My weaker round is the routine. And, part of that is, this isn't my full-time thing, so I'm very cognizant of like trying to stay healthy and not have injuries and like things that prevent me from living my life. And, the past couple years I've really struggled with keeping my body healthy. And that's a struggle with the fitness part, like the balancing between two, and wanting to be at your very best physique, but also wanting to bring your very best routine. And the routine obviously counts for more, but you also, they say the rounds are separate, but like, I feel like some of it is influenced by round 1, and you set a standard for yourself when you show up in shape. And then it's like, even if you're like, sometimes, even some of the feedback I got on my routine was, it wasn't that they were necessarily judging me against the other girls. They were judging me against my past routines. And that happens, in the sense of like, is that, sometimes it's the same thing. It's just like, look at Pittsburgh Pro. Crizzo improved from New York and was rewarded for it. Was he really better than Tonio that day? I don't think so. But it happens. And it's just part of the game. But super enjoyable weekend. I got no sleep. None. Not really none. I got an hour and 45 minutes. My Oura Ring picked up. It said, oh, did you take a nap? Confirm. The show it was a long show day. It's an NPC show, pro show. Finals didn't start until 8 p.m. Fitness goes. They had to do classic physique. They brought us back out for awards. I had to stay backstage to do some interviews and stuff like that, take some photos. I was talking with JM backstage for a while. I hadn't seen him in a little bit, just catching up. And then I'm like, oh, it's like 10 o'clock. Like, our flight was at 6 a.m. We left on a 6 a.m. flight. Reno is a tiny airport. There's not a lot of travel options, especially for a direct flight. Like, it's a 3.5-hour flight, Dallas to Reno, so it seems ridiculous to connect. So there was 3 options. It was like a 6 a.m., an 11 a.m., and like one that was like 6 p.m. And the 11 a.m. sounded appealing at first, but then when you take into account it's a 3.5-hour flight and there's a 2-hour time change, I wasn't getting home until like 6:40, and that's like, you lose your whole day on the plane. So suffered a little bit, got on the plane. Super funny. There was another eminent athlete on the plane. I ran into Ellie at the airport. Her connection was in Arizona. And then Alan and Becca Sizemore, he was one of the judges. She was the tabulator. She's a fitness pro, was on our plane. And then not just on our plane, right in front of us. So we got to just talk with them, while we were at the gate, and then just say their goodbyes. They had a connection, so they were going to eat at DFW and then head home to Tennessee. I got my DB because I needed more caffeine if I'm going to push through the day. Got my DB. Got a few things put away at home, like not super unpacked, because it's 1:43. I'm sitting outside the gym and I'm going to go train. And that's how I want to spend my time. I want to get in a Lyft and then hit up the grocery store. And then I think I'm going to go out to eat with one of my friends. And I just want to get a steak and maybe a dessert. That sounds good to me. it's such a beautiful day and I would love to sit out by the pool, but if I don't move, I'm not going to feel good tomorrow. And some of that is just the name of the game. People sometimes think I'm crazy because I want to train after show day because your body's tired. I don't feel too awful, honestly. I have a bruise on my knee and it wasn't even from my fitness routine. It was from my trophy. I need my trophy and it's my trophy also broke, but just the wing, that's just the cape. So we're going to glue it back together and she's going to be fine. We named her Meredith. I now have 2 of those cool superhero trophies. What else? It was cool. They did the press conference. That was new. I was super honored to be invited. And I truly think I'm starting to come into my own. I don't think this was my best routine, but I think I'm finding what works for me. And I think sometimes you do that with trial and error. And you live and you learn and you move forward. And I definitely want to bring an improved package to the Olympia. I think I want to go in and, my goal is to win the physique round and do a top 5 routine. And however that lands me, it'll land me. But obviously last year I was disappointed being very high in physique and then my routine scored very low. 1, it wasn't my best performance. 2, I had been encouraged by the judges to try something more theatrical and it didn't translate. Like, it wasn't me, so it didn't give the same energy. So it flopped and I tried it. I know that doesn't work for me now, so I'm going to stick with my fun, sassy, bubbly, energetic routines, and that is the name of the game. So we will be making some changes for Olympia. I think we have a good idea of where we want my physique to be. Yeah, and fitness is on Saturday this year. It's not on Friday. It's not going to be on the first day. It's going to be on Saturday, so a little bit different. And yeah, I think that's it for this vlog. I am a 6-time pro fitness champion. Headed back to my 5th consecutive Olympia. And I think I could cry. Like, my heart is full. Had a fun weekend, enjoyed the time. I'm home. I'm gonna do what I love, and I'm gonna celebrate with some of my people. And then I'm gonna get back to work. Work in the sense of bodybuilding, work in the sense of my full-time job, and then I'm moving in a week and a half. So life will get a little crazy, but we are planning to do a little bit of deload here and focus on my health for, a little period of time. Get my labs done, make sure everything's in a great place, and then it will be full steam ahead, Olympia 2026.